Alright, hey guys, last couple episodes I've been able to make progress, so no reason to stop now. I'll just keep on going until Evo Firecracker can't carry me anymore. Level 14 Princess Tower, love to see it. Probably just Firecracker first play. I mean, it's an Evo, I might as well play it. Never mind, Inferno Tower. If he gives me a reason not to Firecracker, I'll actually take that, because I want to... Whoa there, okay. But I'd like to delay giving him King Tower for as long as possible. Ram, Zap, Princess are the 3 cards that he's played so far, so I've seen almost half of his deck. Skelly is half of his deck now. Very odd deck by him, actually. I can kind of see the synergy. So he has the Princess as log bait to make it so that I don't have much... I don't have log to stop the Ram charge. He actually played that in time. Whoa, he's playing fast cycle. Alright. I have the Gobs and then log. Hope that he's not got a level 15 zap. If he does, I might be dead. But he doesn't zap. Alright. Mini P.E.K.K.A, Skelly's, Ram, Zap, Princess. Okay, yeah, because he played Ram first play, and then Mini P.E.K.K.A was his 5th card, so he was back to Ram, which makes sense. Bomber is his 6th card. He lets the Valk go? Alright. I'm gonna delivery this, and then I'll probably, hog tank for the Dark Gob here. I don't think yeah, okay, that's my fault. My brain kind of, like, stored how much delay there was, but I just didn't consciously think about it. Okay, this could be a problem, because I actually don't have my Gobs in hand right now, so I'm gonna have to overspend on this Mini P.E.K.K.A. I think I'm going to try and get away with just this, but I think after the Mini P.E.K.K.A health buff, that gets a hit. It doesn't get a hit, very nice, even with the Zap. And since he doesn't have Zap, I can be pretty safe for this cycle. So he's got Dark Gob, Princess, Bomber as 3 Rangers, Ram, Zap, Mini P.E.K.K.A. I gotta hover something for the Princess just in case. Mega Knight, of course he's got Mega Knight, why would he have anything else? Oh, Inferno Tower 1 tile high, so if he decides to Ram opposite, I can still push it over. Like this is the tile to push with. Just log that. He hasn't shown me anything else I need to get my log for. He can play a Princess, but that's not really going to hurt all that much, because Princess does practically no DPS anyway. Just hands me Skellies for free, I'll take the Elixir. Alright, I can snipe that Princess, I believe that's in Firecracker range there, so that should work out very nicely for me. You notice there that the delivery survives 3 shots from the Mega Knight, that's the equal level interaction. Almost every game so far I haven't seen that interaction, because my delivery's almost always been lower level than their Mega Knights, but for once, for once in this account, I actually have the equal level interaction there. Log this. I believe that Gob should be enough for this anyway, because, yeah, it doesn't have enough health. Very nice. Does he have a high level Zap? I don't know. He hasn't been trying to Zap my Gob, so I can't tell what level his Zap is yet. That's lightning. Oh, he's playing Evo Bomber. Interesting. He must have gotten that free Evo Bomber from a while ago. Alright. I think I let the Mega Knight connect and then Valk afterwards. I'm not going to waste my Evo Firecracker on this cycle because I want to wait for an Evo cycle of his, because I know that he has Evo Bomber at some point. I'm going to distract the Mega Knight with Gobs and then delivery afterwards. And I think I have to pull the Mini P.E.K.K.A over with my Firecracker. But I do play my Evo at the same time he plays his Evo, so everything will work out here. I'm actually going to try and activate my King Tower off of this Bomber here. I'm going to play my Inferno Tower 1 tile inwards so he doesn't try and do any funny business. And then Valk. I think that gets it right. That does. Very nice. Ow. I took a Ram charge for that, but I don't mind it because I'm still up by 900 damage and I have King Tower now, so it's pretty much impossible for him to win this game from this point. Triple Ranger, Mini P.E.K.K.A Mega Knight. Zap Skellies. Ram Rider. So that's his whole deck. Alright, I've seen everything that he has to play now, which is good for me. I'll Valk this so that the Mega Knight doesn't jump, and also, yeah, so if he zaps since the Mega Knight didn't jump, it still has enough health to kill the Mega Knight afterwards. Alright. I realize, actually, giving it another think and listening, because I watch back all my videos after I record them, but listening to myself talk about Inferno Tower makes me realize that Inferno Tower isn't actually that good into mid-ladder. Because, like, yeah, Inferno Tower's damage does actually manage to kill mid-ladder cards, but it's just that all cards will eventually kill a mid-ladder card if you can protect it long enough. And the thing with Inferno Tower is that it just doesn't have the health. So it's actually, and if you remember I said Valk, stuff like Valk and, well, just tanks in general, they are very highly sensitive to levels because the health interactions change majorly when you're using a tank. I played that wrong, I had to get the Gobs down, alright, that's my fault. I took quite a bit of damage that lane, but it didn't end up really mattering there since that was my high health lane. I think I can hog push this, oh never mind, it pulled anyway. Ram's actually got kind of a long sight range there, so I did not need to do any funny business. He's giving me lightning value, kind of odd. But so, I don't think I explained that very well. The reason why Inferno Tower is not a good anti-mid-ladder card, I've decided just now, is because of the fact that Inferno Tower is not only a DPS unit, it's also a tank, and tanks are ultra level dependent. So the Inferno Tower needing to be able to tank something just doesn't work out in your favor. So like if you were playing Cannon or Tesla, things that are not tanky or inefficient tanks, then typically how the interactions will work out is typically you won't need... We got 2,000 commons? That's a lot of commons to be on a card that I have no care for. That's one thing that I don't like. They've kind of been shifting a lot away from wild cards to make it so that you need to buy the wild cards and the rest of your progression is randomized. So it slows down single deck progression, but it does speed up overall account progression, but I'm trying to get one deck max. I don't need my entire account max, so that's going to be years. Even my main account isn't even close to max. Anyway. Duchess, I'm not going to bother with Hog first play because it's Duchess. Duchess is really good into Hog because of the DPS there. I might have actually gotten my delivery. I missed my delivery entirely. And, okay. At least I got the log timing to only have one of them connect. I don't know why I logged so slowly, too. Ugh, alright. I guess I'm just playing bad for this, the beginning of this match. Inferno Tower will pull the Skelly Barrel. Barrel Breakers, Mighty Miner, and Duchess means that this is going to be Recruit's bait. He's giving me King Tower, which is really handy. Alright, I'll Valk this, get my King Tower up right now. Probably Gobs too after the Firecracker pushes herself back. He tried to Mighty Miner ability, so it took his elixir, but it didn't actually go off, so that's pretty nice for me. The Gobs will actually take up most of the Duchess's ammo, and the Duchess will be out of ammo for the Valk, so the Valk's going to tank forever now. So I'm actually going all in with this. Very nice. I need that. Oh, the Hog walks close instead of far. If the Hog walked the other way around the Valk, the other Duchess wouldn't have helped out, and that would have actually been most of his tower down there. Alright, I'll deliver this. You can see King Tower helping out on the other side. I would have taken 2 recruit stabs there, but I only took 1 because of the King Tower helping. Gobs, he arrows my Firecracker, so he doesn't have anything for this. Arrows, Breakers, Skelly Barrel, Mighty Miner, Firecracker, Recruits, Cannon. Cannon is annoying, because most Recruits bait debts don't play Cannon, actually. I don't remember if he's playing Evo Cannon. I'll just hog, see if he is. I think the Firecracker will push herself into tower range there, so it will work out nicely for me. I believe I saw Evo Recruits. Oh, Evo Recruits and Evo Skelly Barrel. Very interesting. Recruits, Breakers. Recruits, Breakers, Skelly Barrel, Cannon, Arrows, Firecracker, Mighty Miner. So he's got one more card in his deck, and it's probably a Ground Swarm. I guess I'll Firecracker early. Since he's got the Mighty Miner, he'll actually keep up with my cycle. Even though he's playing a heavy deck, the 3-card cycle will make him actually probably out-cycle me. But I'll still try and get the cycle going. Gobs early, just in case he tries to Firecracker Pierce. I didn't keep track of his cycle, so I don't know if he has Firecracker in hand, but I can't really risk it either. Alright. So I've got my next Firecracker down. I don't know if he has his next arrows. We'll see about that. He does have his next arrows, but I still get 2 Firecracker shots first, so I'm okay with this. I will Valk early here because the Firecracker will actually hit my tower if it hits those, and the Valk Firecracker locked on from forever away. I think I actually outcycled his cannon here, so I'm going to go in. Yeah, okay, I get nice damage there. And he plays a very odd Firecracker. Alright, one thing that I did there was I intentionally allowed my Firecracker to take a smidge of damage, because he's going to have to arrows us no matter what I do, so any damage the Firecracker takes, as long as she's still alive, is just free value for me, because he has to spend the arrows on it no matter what, how much health the Firecracker has. So any tanking I can get out of it is just free value. Gobs, Firecracker again. I want to be playing my Firecracker as often as humanly possible since it's my Evo. I don't get any good lightning value in this matchup, so I'm just going to take it when I see it. The only things I can lightning reasonably would be the Firecracker and the things I could reasonably lightning in this matchup would be the Firecracker and that cannon there, so, I mean, I might as well take it where I just said that like 20 times over. And Evo Skelly Barrel. Okay, this is a problem. I don't have my log in hand. Alright, I just have to pray that the Firecracker Evo effect will bail me out. Alright, I'm down by 800 damage now. Don't love to see it. I'm gonna go for Hog Lightning here. He's probably gonna preach the back. No. I guess he was not even down. He was down a lot of elixir there because he went for the over-aggressive arrows. But because he went for the over-aggressive arrows, that he got to sit back and watch me play into him. Because he was expecting me to go in since he was down elixir. Alright, I have to wait for the Firecracker to walk up before I can play my delivery here. I just need to know which lane it's going in. Alright, I predicted wrong. I needed to know which lane... I needed to know if the Firecracker was going same lane or opposite, but I just didn't have the foresight to see that it was going in that lane. He decides to go in again. I don't know how I feel about that since he went into a Valk, so it's not going to work all that well for him. I'm going to Lightning this. I know that I don't have my Hog Lightning anymore, but it's still decent value. Very good. Log this. I don't even think I needed to log that, but I want to keep my cycle right. I don't want to play something that, I don't want to play something in the wrong way, so like if I don't want to have him have breakers in hand when I don't have my breakers in hand. Okay, I'm going to go for the Hog Lightning again. I need damage. Very nice. I think that I get my one hog shot, and that's not quite game. But that should be game close enough, because he's only got arrows as his spell, so there's no way he can survive this. Close match there. I kept up with my Evo Firecracker by just playing it a lot, but since he has the second Evo and I don't have a second Evo, it started getting pretty close near the end there. A lot of the time, if you don't have any Evos and you're playing against someone who does have Evos, sometimes when you're playing and it looks like there are mistakes, your mistake is not having an Evo, because they just get a free positive trade every time they play their Evo, and you taking that negative trade every cycle will just gradually whittle you down until you're dead. Though thinking about that, perhaps I should swap over to Tesla Delivery before I swap off Inferno Tower. Even though having Delivery in the deck for a while longer will slow down my cycle, I think actually having the second Evo is more important than having a better cycle, because I might get out-cycled, but I'll just have more bailout cards to, you know, bail me out from getting out-cycled, you know? Because the bailout cards, they're kind of just, you play them and then you get a free interaction win. It doesn't matter if you're out-cycled, right cycle, wrong cycle, elixir, no elixir, you just play it and you win. Okay. Firecracker E-golem, certainly interesting. I'm gonna Inferno Tower like this, that'll pull the Firecracker, full counter it, also helps out with defense and gets King Tower activated, so that works out very nicely for me. This is good lightning value. Ordinarily, Flying Machine is typically pretty bad lightning value, but hitting the Flying Machine along with so much other stuff there is very nice. Okay, I still had to log this because E-golem blobs actually do a whole lot of damage. Oh, actually, he played that Firecracker on the perfectly wrong timing, so he didn't get much damage there. In fact, any at all. Very nice. I'm gonna go in with this since he gave me 3 elixir there. Though he probably has another cheap hog counter if I had to guess. No? Nothing? Why is he giving me this damage? The only reason he'd be giving me this damage is if he either gave up or intends to 3-crown me in the next push. Well, I can just lightning take that tower now, so I'm gonna start setting up E-golem Flying Machine recruits. That is disgusting. Okay, well, I'm gonna play my Firecracker slightly to the side. I've noticed recently that when I play my Firecracker in the middle, it actually only pierces half of the recruits, so I wanna play it to the side so that it pierces more of the recruits, or at least the splash can hit the side recruits. Good delivery value here. And that should hit both of the medium blobs, I'm hoping. Only one. Okay. I had to log this. I'm going to eat a lot of damage here. I'm going to use my gobs to pull the rest of the recruits to this lane, and then just eat some E-golem damage on the other side. You notice there I played my Firecracker high again. I typically play my Firecracker high when I know that they have arrows in their deck. Taking a lot of damage here. But I typically play my Firecracker high when they have arrows in their deck, so I get my one free Firecracker shot before the arrows are, so at least I get some value. Interesting recruits by him. He eats a bunch of hog damage for that. So, I'm going to have a hard time. Never mind. I said I was going to have a hard time with this defense, but then he just gave me a whole Firecracker there. I probably lose tower here, which is a bit unfortunate. Why am I at 2400? Yeah, okay. I have to just let this tower go now. I guess I'm actually going to play Hog for this, because if I can get away with not lightninging that tower, it's going to be a better trade for me. He decides to Night Witch that, because it doesn't... I don't understand what the Night Witch was, because it doesn't full counter, and it doesn't really get him any good counter push, because there's no reason to play for King Tower. King Tower has so much extra health that it's really a waste to do. I mean, to go for. Like you see there, I only played a Valk for his entire E-golem, and the consequence is that I'm still 200 health up on that lane. I actually have to Valk this because of the bats. I didn't have delivery for his bats there, so I had to play a lot of elixir. But I'm only down 300 damage, so that's fine enough by me. He plays an E-golem into... Okay, very odd. Since the E-golem main stage goes down, the tower will retarget onto the witch. Very nice for me. Okay. I think this is fine. He keeps on arrowsing my Firecracker. This is not a good matchup, because I have only 2 splash cards, and Valk is not enough splash for E-golem. He's probably just going to recruit this, but I have to get damage. Never mind, he's giving me value, so I take it. Two shots, very good. 2 shots is what I needed there. I'm back in the damage lead. I have to get more gobs value. I think I Inferno Tower snipe this and then gobs after. I need to get more gobs value to try and force him to arrows the gobs, because once he arrows the gobs, then he doesn't have anything in my Firecracker. So I should be protecting my gobs as a ranger, kind of, because he just doesn't have anything good to kill my gobs realistically. Interesting. Oh, wait, I just win. Okay, well, that was a very anticlimactic ending there. Difficult match. I should have protected my gobs more. I should have realized that he has only enough spells to kill my Firecracker or my gobs, not both. Because his second spell there was Rage, and Rage cannot kill gobs. even though it was 1 level higher. I think? Yeah, it was level 15 Rage, but since Rage does less damage than Zap does, it doesn't actually full kill gobs even when over-leveled. I don't know why Rage does less damage than Zap, by the way. They just decided that it does for some reason. Even though it doesn't really make an effect on the regular gameplay, it only changes the interactions and level gameplay. Alright, I don't know why I gobs first. I should have Inferno Towered that, because you want to play your cheap cards after your building so that you can cycle around to it faster. Speaking of which, I should start playing my cheap cards. Hog E-Wiz, definitely mid-letter. Alright. Delivery. That gets down, right? That does get down. Very nice. That full counters. Lots of level 14s, I really like to see that, because the level difference really does make a huge impact on the gameplay. I'm going to hog, I'm going to log, and probably hog afterwards, because he's going to be back to his hog soon. So he played E-Wiz Bandit Bats. So he's played 3 cards, so I'm actually giving him a 4th card here. Oh, he messes up his... I've never seen a NATO messed up like that. I've seen many NATO mess-up tiles, but never that one before. Alright, well, you can see here that one problem that we're facing is that I am constantly locked in 1 cycle behind now, so every time I had to play my gobs before my Inferno Tower, so I essentially have to spend 7 for his hog every time. I'll back low, have the bandit walk. So how do I get him to play? So what I need to do is I need to wait for him to get his hog in hand and then force him to defend while he has his hog already in hand to slow down his cycle by a couple cards while I cycle around to my Inferno Tower. So that I can play just my Inferno Tower and no gobs on the, So he's... Oh, he got back to it already? I stopped keeping track of his cycle. I guess that's my fault. Alright, well... I take 1 hog shot there. That's not the end of the world, considering, I played my gobs wrong in that starting play there. I kind of like to see what his... Well, I kind of like to see if he's playing arrows, because if he is playing arrows, almost 100% chance he decides to arrows the firecracker here. Zap Hog, E-Wiz Bandit, Bats NATO. What? Well, that's a very odd card combo by him. Looks like he doesn't have anything fancy for my, Looks like he doesn't have anything fancy for my Firecracker, which is very good to see. And also, finally, since I didn't play my Inferno Tower on that last cycle, I got my Inferno Tower back around. So that is another way to get out of the out-cycle bind. You can sack some damage to get your stuff for the next cycle, and he's got Evo Xe. Just great. Alright, so Evo Xe you do not love to see at all, because it's an Evo, it's overpowered. You can... Xe doesn't even need synergy anymore. You can just play it in a spam deck, and it'll be... Okay. I guess he had P.E.K.K.A. this whole time. The Inferno Tower full kills that. Yeah, he has to E-Wiz, and it's still not really going to do all that much. I'm going in again because he's going to want to hog with this, and I don't want him to hog with that. He decides to hog, so we're going to be trading damage, but I'm closer to taking his tower than he is to taking my tower. But he has a bajillion, well, not bajillion, he has 2 hog counters, which means that he does a better job of defending than I do. He's got his Evo Xe in hand now. I think that if he tries to... Never mind, okay, very interesting. I think that I Valk low, and then... I can't Lightning that Xe because Log Lightning does not kill a level 15 Xe, only level 14 Xe. Yippee! But he lets it go down to the Valk, or at least down to the delivery range by the Valk. Lightning, very good. I'm only a couple Lightnings off winning, so I'll just take the Lightning value when I see it. If he gives me Firecracker value, then it's only 1 Lightning off. Very nice. Yeah, that's definitely only 1 Lightning worth of damage now. Or just 1 log. Alright, so pretty much all I have to do now is just cycle my cards and then I'll win. Get the Xe to line up and then gobs behind. The tower should retarget, very good. Deliver the bats, and everything here is dead. I will Inferno Tower, just make sure that no funny business happens. This is outside of zap range, so we can't zap the Inferno Tower and the tower, so that's game. No, we got 160 trophies for that game instead of 150. I don't like it that you can get more or less trophies for a game on functionally random, because, like, okay, 250 Teslas is actually really helpful for the, this thing. Right, yeah, I just committed to getting Tesla first, so I'm just going to put in the wild cards right now. I want to get level 13 Tesla as soon as possible. I could double book this. No, because I'm going to use this book of books for a champion, so I should save the book of books for champion and the book of cards for 13 to 14 here. So actually, I only need 2,500 commons to level up my Tesla, which is very nice. Also 146 E-Spirits, also very nice. I'm actually pretty happy with this episode so far. We've gotten no losses, which is definitely it is a stark contrast to what has been happening in the last couple episodes. Chef, I do not love this Stein. Very interesting. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna play all of my splash and all of my DPS. I gotta kind of play this like bait. I have to Valk this first, because if I don't Valk this first, I'm just dead. So I have to wait for the E-golems to pop and give me Elixir. Alright, that's half of my tower there in the first play. He just set up and went in instantly, and it worked because I just had a bad cycle there. Realistically, I should have played different cards, but there was no way for me to play different cards there. He did kind of arrows on 0, though, so he might lose his tower here. What a player. He just went all in, and then... He went all in, took half my tower, and lost the entire tower on the counter push. Witch, Wizard, Stein, E-golem, arrows. I can just delivery for this Witch. Oh, pigs. Interesting. The pigs leave the delivery range, don't they? Okay, that sucks. I need Valk. Can I Valk? I also needed that delivery to kill his Witch. The delivery would have survived one more Witch shot there if he was 1 level higher. It was 1 level higher. I had to let my tower go here. He spent 5 elixir for it, so I guess I can kind of say okay for that and just hog on 0. I'm going to take a lot of king tower damage here. I'm actually going to have to firecracker that on 0 in order to make sure I don't 3-crowned. But at least I get some damage. Ow. I'm only up 300 damage because the prince did so much damage there. I'm locked in a bad cycle right now because he got a lucky cycle to start with. Also, since when does Wizard not kill 1 tap of Firecracker? I could have swore that was a thing. And that's the equal level interaction, too. Delivery doesn't survive the extra shot from the Wizard there. I'm just going to eat the Wizard damage. Princess is actually my high health lane, and just like that, it's not. Alright, I think I lightning this. It's crazy to be lightning on 0 given how the rest of this game has been going, but I just need to get that Evo Witch off the map. It's an Evo, I can't allow it to live. Firecracker. So you got Stein Witch Wizard, Prince, Mega Knight, E-golem. Inferno Tower, delivery. Get down, get down, get down. Very good. Mega Knight goes down. I had to go in pretty much now because he's about to E-golem, or at least I was going to say that before he E-golemed. I'm going to go in immediately because I don't want him to play any spells on this. Wait for the gobs to take a bit of damage. So at the very least I can kind of take his tower if he's going to take mine. This is not looking good right now. I had to get the Firecracker damage here because I'm guessing that I'm not going to be able to get another hog down before the end of the game here. I'm going to Inferno Tower on this tile because he's probably going to play something in the pocket, but it works out anyway because he played it so early. I have to just sacrifice this tower and go in on offense, which is actually really bad for me because now we're down to... Wait, actually, does he not take my tower here? He might not take my tower. What a game that was. That was disgusting. So he got a lucky start and then just kept abusing the lucky start plus levels plus whatever nonsense that is in order to try and stay in the game. Also, notice the heaviness of his deck. If he faces like 2.6 Hog or Expo or any realistic cycle deck, he just gets absolutely demolished. Too bad I don't have a realistic cycle deck. Honestly, I've got an anti-mid ladder cycle deck and it still just doesn't work because my Inferno Tower is 2 levels under. That's kind of gross. Wait, yeah, I've got an anti-mid ladder deck and it didn't even work because my Inferno Tower was 2 levels under. Is it really that level dependent? Ugh. Alright. I can't believe that. Literally just 2 levels under is the difference between making a mid ladder deck not mid ladder just by him playing cards at the bridge. That was all he needed to do. Has all of this time, has it been that I only win because they just don't play level 15 cards at the bridge the entire... And Mega Knight, alright. Evo Mega Knight means that I literally, physically cannot hog when he has Evo Mega Knight in hand. I'm going to protect this Inferno Tower pretty carefully here. Because, I don't know what else he's going to have. Prince, that should go down. Does not go down. Falcon, Log. Too bad I don't have my gobs in hand, but actually I played my gobs for the Prince, so I guess that was about as good of a cycle as it could have been. Prince, Mega Knight, Hog. He's played 3 cards, I drag, 3 cards since his Mega Knight now, so if he plays 1 more card, then he'll have his Evo Mega Knight, and so that means in 1 more card, my Hog goes away for until he plays his next Mega Knight. I'll Firecracker high, pull the I-drag across the map. He's probably going to play some sort of spell on it if I had to guess. If he doesn't, I'm going to try and make him play a spell on it. I'm actually going to hog this because he has to spend 2 cards instead of just 1, and I'm guessing with it, typically players like this like to play very heavy decks, so if he does try to Mega Knight, it's going to cost him, yeah, he's going to have to save up too much elixir for it. He just decides to take a second hog shot and minimize the damage he takes instead of playing a Mega Knight on it. Which is why I played that hog, so I was figuring he wasn't going to have enough elixir to play the Mega Knight. Anyway, Prince, Mega Knight, Zap, Hog, Guards, I drag. So you see the typical Hog Zap thing there. And then there's also Mega Knight Prince. Alright, so I think that what I'm going to do here is have the Mega Knight jump to my Valk, probably Valk low, and then log the Prince, delivery to distract the Prince. I was really hoping that was going to hit the Firecracker there, but I guess that's fine too. I'm going to Gobs high, try and take minimal Firecracker damage, or at least keep the Firecracker off my tower for one extra shot. Oh, the Gobs split, so that actually works out almost perfectly for me. He's probably going to protect this if I had to guess. He doesn't? Wow, okay. Firecracker, Hog Firecracker, guards, zap. That's relatively normal. Prince Mega Knight, that is not normal. Okay. He hasn't shown me arrows, so I'm gonna play Firecracker and see if he has arrows. He Mega Knights, I hog just instantly. I want to get my... Okay, he does have arrows, which is not good for me, actually. But I do get a lot of damage here because of the, whole, you know, he Mega Knighted the back for no reason. You can't just Mega Knight the back for no reason. You need some reason why you won't get killed for playing 7 whole elixir the back. And he had no reason, so he took a bunch of damage for it. What do I do here? He's gonna go for Hog Firecracker, so I gotta try and pressure opposite and make him not want to Hog Firecracker. I decided Firecracker behind. I actually could have logged that. I didn't think that his Firecracker was gonna go in front. I'm only up by 300 damage now. I had to delivery this because over-leveled guards will probably take like most of my tower if I leave them alone. He's got Mega Knight and Elixir to play it, so I can't hog. He did just waste his arrows though, so at the very least I'm gonna have a good time in that sense. So I can play my Firecracker and start getting value. Though I won't actually get any value until he plays his Mega Knight, so I guess I'll just lightning the tower here. I can't go in until he plays his Mega Knight anyway, so I might as well just call that my offensive elixir. Inferno Tower, he played his hog on a funny tile, so I can actually play my Inferno Tower to counter the eye drag too. I have to log this because he's zapped while it's an Evo cycle, and being over-aggressive while Evo cycle is what you do. Interesting to play the Prince into its counter. I'll delivery and then Firecracker on a tile where he can't fire arrows the Firecracker and the tower. He misses the Firecracker, big mistake, so now I can go for Hog here. Even if he does Mega Knight my Hog, I get Firecracker chip, so it's going to work out very nicely for me. Alright, that's good. I believe he's a smidge of chip and 2 lightnings off dead. I Valk this, protect my Inferno Tower. I really wish I played my Valk a little bit lower now because I want to delivery that Firecracker. Firecracker does walk up very nicely. She wasted 1 shot on animation cancel nonsense. I'm going to Firecracker this lane, try and get him to arrows. Also hover Gobs just in case he hogs. No. Hover Gobs. I've got my Inferno Tower in hand now. He arrows, so I don't think he actually has enough elixir to lightning, or at least not soon enough that I can't get a lightning of my own and finish the game. Well, we got 140 trophies for that game instead of 150, so I guess the 160 and the 140 balances out. Call me crazy here, we're 1 game off of the next Elite Wildcards, but in my experience in life, just as a general thing in life, if you are 1 thing off of the next major milestone in a video game, it's time to quit. I know that sounds horribly counterintuitive, but every time I am 1 thing off of the next milestone and I play a match, I immediately lose. So I think I'm gonna call it here for this episode. We went 6-0, which is actually insane. Like 6-0 with this account, this deck, free to play. That is unheard of. But yeah, I guess things are looking up. It's kind of odd to cut it this short, but I'm doing what I have to, right? I know in my heart of hearts that if I pull this next card, it will be a loss. So I'll see you guys next time.